Finally. I was beginning to think you would never finish this damn sequel. What in the hell took you so long?
Well, I started writing the sequel, but the story I had in mind was just too large for a single film, so I broke it up into 2 films. I have the first one here, and it's called The Matrix Reloaded.
Why was it reloaded? Did someone shut down the Matrix? And if so, does that mean it is running on Windows? Because that would explain any and all glitches.
Glitches? Oh, I am so sick of this thing. I'm done. I'm going to just pour a little bit of this on here. A little lady, where's that? There we go. A little lady, and freedom.
Hey, you can talk! You apparently don't have any smoke alarms in here.
And you can state the obvious. Now that we have that established, subtitles, seriously? It's not like I'm speaking with some foreign accent. On the bright side though, at least it's not cue cards. Anyway, getting back to the script. Why did you name the movie Reloaded?
We explain the title later on. Right now, we start the movie off with explosion.
After all this time of you writing scripts, you have finally learned how to start a movie the right way. Congratulations, my friend.
Anyway, it turns out the explosions are thanks to Trinity, and then we transition to her flying out of the 26th floor of a building, firing 2 Uzis at an agent who's firing back at her as they both fall to their death.
Holy crap! This reminds me of Marriage Number 2. This is intense. How is she going to survive?
Actually, we show she gets shot by the agent and then slams into a car.
You killed the cool lady at the beginning.
Well, to be truthful, we reveal that it was actually a dream that Neo was having.
So you only made it look like you killed the cool lady at the beginning. Again. We had a conversation twice now. Well, you had it with my laptop, but still.
I know what you're talking about. We reveal that Neo has been having trouble sleeping, but he won't tell anyone why, and that even though he is the one and has been helping the humans a great deal, he isn't certain what he's supposed to do, as he's been unable to speak to the Oracle since the last film.
Why does he need Miss Cleo? He should do what I do. Read the horoscope. Let that decide what he does.
That actually works?
Never. Why do you think I've been married so many times? And I keep making your horrible films.
Okay, so Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus all go to a secret meeting inside the Matrix where it's revealed that they've gotten the info from the Osiris, that ship we had in the Animatrix, and are now aware that the machines are drilling straight through Zion to kill all the humans.
A sentinel for every man, woman, and child in Zion.
That sounds exactly like the thinking of a machine to me.
Just as the meeting ends, several agents show up, and we establish that they're more powerful than the agents from the previous film.
Upgrades.
What? Why do they need to be more powerful? What? Train. What? Why is that important?
Because I wasn't planning a sequel. Hence the reason why it was stated that the One could shape the Matrix the way he saw fit, and he destroyed Smith by diving into him. But I can't very well have any tension in the fight scenes in the Matrix if Neo could just start hopping into everybody's body and causing them to explode. So I had to come up with some excuse as to why they would be able to even stand up to Neo at all.
Oh, right. Sure. Blame it on me. The cow's giving milk and you want me to stop pulling the udders. It's not happening. I was the one that did Critters 4 in Space. I was the one that ignored the fact that Morpheus would have been torn to shreds by the minigun. I was the one who decided to write a movie script about somebody becoming godlike without realizing he might have to write a sequel, God Returns. Do you at least show that Neo has abilities that, I don't know, the agents don't have?
Oh yeah, you show you can fly.
We get that at the end of the first movie.
Well, yeah, but this is better.
How?
You know how when you have just a plain bagel, and you can get it with blueberries or cinnamon raisin or whatever, but it's still just a bagel. Now, you take the same bagel and you add some cream cheese. Now it is so much more than just a bagel.
Ah, so we're gonna have Neo with a side of cream cheese?
Well, no, but trust me, it's still better.
Okay, as a member of the Fat Man Eating Club, I can't disagree. But is that all? I mean, you really think that's enough?
We'll get to that later. Right now, all the people get out of the Matrix and they all go to Zion. Of course, once they get there, Morpheus is asked to see the commander.
Commander Locke demands, requests your immediate counsel, sir.
I'm gonna guess the commander and Morpheus, not best buds, who hang out at the gym and watch sports.
No. It turns out the commander thinks Morpheus is a religious nutcase who just happens to be the ex-boyfriend of the commander's current girlfriend, Niobe.
What is it between them?
Morpheus and Locke? Niobe.
Captain Niobe?
She used to be with Morpheus.
Ouch.
Meanwhile, Neo and Trinity try to get some alone time as they go home.
My stop. See you soon? Hopefully not too soon. Let's go, kid. These two got things to do.
Unfortunately, they get interrupted when they find a huge crowd of people waiting for Neo so that they can give him gifts and ask for him to watch over their loved ones inside the Matrix.
Really? I understand that Neo has abilities that other people simply don't possess in the Matrix. But why are they treating him like he is Jesus?
Well, because the prophecy says he will end the war with the machines.
And everybody believes this prophecy?
Oh, not at all. In fact, the commander thinks...
I don't care about oracles or prophecies or messiahs.
Luckily for Morpheus, Zion is ruled by a council, and it just so happens that the majority of the council members do believe in the prophecy. So not only do they see nothing wrong with Morpheus' actions, but they even want him to speak at the gathering that they plan on having that night, where they have to explain why all the ships, well, except for one, have come back.
So, they haven't bothered to tell any of the people that the machines right now are currently whistling around their little drills, coming down to make them all dead. Don't they think that's important info?
Well, actually, the commander thinks that they should still keep the public in dark about details, as he's afraid of starting a panic.
So, how long is it before Morpheus tells everybody?
Oh, as soon as they let him talk at the gathering.
And how does everybody react to that?
After Morpheus tells him not to have fear because he has faith that the war is about to be over, they start dancing.
Damn, with the music and the ecstasy that Morpheus clearly brought to this party, they're lucky he doesn't want to win the place, because if he did, he would be doing so in like 7 days tops.
Well, yeah, but Zion doesn't really have that long. Thankfully, the ship that had been left behind does show up the next morning with a message for Neo from the Oracle, telling him,
Neo, it's from the Oracle. It's time to go.
I bet the commander is going to love that.
considering the fact that the commander gave the order to have Morpheus' ship grounded and one of the council members decided to let them go anyway. Yeah, he is not pleased.
I was just told you cleared the Nebuchadnezzar for takeoff.
That is correct.
Wow, we are just zipping along here. Usually you try to cram a bunch of unneeded stuff, and all it ends up doing is slowing everything down.
Oh, don't worry. I've got like 3 other plot lines going on I hadn't even told you about.
What? Why? What? Why?
Well, because you're going to complain that they're unneeded. So I decided to fill you in on those when they become needed. That way you have nothing to complain about.
Oh, clearly you don't know that I know that you know that I know that you don't know me as half as well as you think you know me, because I will always find something to complain about. For example, when we get to some action again, you start off with explosions, you had one fight scene. One, I know because I actually pay attention to those parts, because someone has to make sure you don't kill the cool ladies in the first act of the film.
I had a feeling you were going to complain about that. Don't worry. We're making up for it right now. Because when Neo goes to see the Oracle, he meets a man named Seraph.
I am Seraph.
I can take you to her. But first, I must apologize.
Oh, look, unless you're in the right bar with the right environment, how is meeting some guy the same thing as Axum?
Well, because Seraph is going to fight Neo.
Apologize for what?
For this.
Ah, that is where we get our action. I am glad to hear there is a fight scene. However, I'm confused as to why a random guy is fighting Neo.
Because the only way Seraph knows how to ask someone who they are is to fight them.
I had to be sure
Of what?
that you are the one. Could have just asked.
Oh God, I hope he never gets a job as a hiring manager at any company. Ever.
How many words a minute can you type?
So once Seraph is convinced, he takes Neo to the Oracle by going through a back door.
Was it a straight shot when they reached the door, or did they have to reach around to come inside and see Miss Cleo?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a back door in the computer system. What they use when they're programming.
You're always such a damn tease. Anyway, I'm starting to think I might have a dirty mind.
Getting back to the story, now that Neo can see the code of the Matrix, he realizes that the Oracle, as well as Seraph, are both programs, and Neo now questions if he can trust her. She isn't much help in that regard.
Bad news is there's no way if you can really know whether I'm here to help you.
But does inform him that there are rogue programs all over the Matrix telling him that that is the reason why people have stories about ghosts and angels and werewolves and vampires.
Werewolves, vampires, werewolves, vampires. Ah, wait a minute. I mentioned that during the Animatrix. You stole that idea.
Prove it.
Well?
Exactly.
Damn it! I really should be taping these meetings. But that would mean I have to figure out how to operate this camera, or any camera, again.
So, the Oracle tells him that he needs to get to the source, and to do that, he needs the Keymaker.
Now you're ripping off a different movie entirely.
I am the Keymaster.
What? No, that was a thinly veiled reference to sex. In this film, I'm talking about a guy who actually makes keys, hence the Key Maker.
We'll just see about that. So, now that he's finished talking to Miss Cleo and got his sweet treat,
Candy?
He's going on to the next step in his main quest line. Are we going to have anything, I don't know, exciting happen soon?
Well, this is when he's going to see Agent Smith again.
Mr. Anderson.
But, Smith, he's dead. He went and was saying, I won't do 2 shows anymore. I just won't do it. He's dead. Completely deceased. In the ground, pushing up worms. The man is dead.
Well, actually, he's a program. Programs can't die. They just get marked for deletion.
Okay, then why is he not deleted?
Because he decided to misbehave.
Understood what I was supposed to do, but I didn't. I couldn't. I was compelled to stay. Compelled to disobey.
Wait, so it's like Wendy? He can do that?
Oh, that's not all he can do.
You. Yes, me. Me too.
We're ripping off Star Wars? He's cloning himself now?
Yep, and he attacks Neo with his clones. A lot of his clones.
Send in the
clones.
Now this is what I'm talking about. This is intense. Not like your usual foray when you just have a ship slowly going across the universe and another one chasing and they're both running out of gas. So anyway, how does he eventually stop Agent Smith?
Stop him? An army of Smiths? No. He's forced to fly away.
What is he, one of King Arthur's men looking for some kind of grail?
Run away! Run away! Run away!
Anyway, rain on my parade, and just when it was getting good,
It is inevitable.
then see that the commander has a plan to try to stop, or at the very least slow down the machines by setting up an ambush at a specific junction that the drilling machines will be forced to go through. But the Council is more concerned about what's happening with Neo.
Ask if there's been word from the Nebuchadnezzar.
Well, yeah. I mean, if Neo was about to stop the war, what's the point of them doing this whole stopping the drilling thing?
Regardless, he gets rather frustrated when the Council tells him,
Then we request a ship be dispatched to ascertain the fate of the one.
And even more frustrated when they tell him,
Take a single ship days to find the Nebuchadnezzar.
Then send 2.
Rather, he tells me,
This is insane.
So the Council asks for
2 volunteers to aid the Nebuchadnezzar.
One of them volunteers right away.
Captain Soren of the Vigilant will answer the Council's call.
But the second one doesn't volunteer until the commander...
It'd be hard for any man to risk his life, especially if he doesn't understand the reason.
The girlfriend?
Captain Niobe of the Logos will answer the counselor's call.
Damn! Things are not looking good for Mr. Commander.
What?
Oh, things are not looking much better for Neo. He has to speak with a program called the Merovingian, since he has the Keymaker. But it turns out that they might have a few issues.
Is that good for us or bad for us?
Well, it looks like every floor is wired with explosives.
Bad for us.
Good Jensen. So, what happens when they meet this guy? Like, a big shootout? A one-on-one fight against him and Neo?
No, they have lunch.
Something to eat? Drink?
Bitch, please! And once again, my expectations fall flat. Although, I could do lunch right now.
So the Merovingian makes it clear that he isn't going to give them the Keymaker, and instead tells them to give a message to the Oracle. But before they leave, his wife Persephone instead offers to take them to the Keymaker.
Why is she being so helpful?
Oh, because we heavily imply without flat out saying that the Merovingian gave a program to a young woman to get her aroused and is now in the women's bathroom getting a blowjob from her.
It's like wiping your ass with silk. I love it.
You can either run to the restaurant and tell my husband what I have done, or you can stay there and die. He's in the ladies' room.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So they get the Keymaker, but of course run into the Merovingian, who doesn't understand why Persephone is doing this, so she points out that he still has the woman's lipstick on him.
She wasn't kissing your face, my love.
This is why I live by the motto, happy wife, happy life.
Why do you keep getting divorced or remarried?
I also live by the motto, 1,800 calories is good for me. But you see how well that's working out. It's a work in progress, so just go on.
Okay, so Morpheus and Trinity take the Keymaker away while Neo stays behind to fight the Merovingian's goons. But the Merovingian is not impressed.
I'll handle them.
You'll handle us. You know your predecessors had much more respect.
What do you mean by predecessors?
We'll get into that later. Right now, we had to show why guns against Neo were basically useless.
Okay, you have some skill.
Cue the fight music?
Cue the fight music.
What about Morpheus and Trinity? Their ass kicking is at like 0 right now.
Well, they're trying to get the Keymaker out of there, but are being chased by 2 programs that can turn into ghosts.
You say that, and I immediately picture every Scooby-Doo ghost in a tag team with Casper, wrestling across the United States. Please tell me you have written something better than that.
Oh yeah. In fact, the ghosts are so tough to beat that they decide their only escape is by using the freeway. Something that Morpheus always said to never, ever do.
Off the freeway.
Yes, sir.
Wow, I didn't think Morpheus was that old. What's so bad about the freeway?
Well, there's this. And there is this. And followed by this. And we can't forget about this.
And now I'm carpooling for the rest of my life.
Well, thankfully, Niobe finds them to help, and Neo rescues Morpheus and the Keymaker in the nick of time. This is when the Keymaker tells them that the path to the Source is a tad complicated.
How complicated are we talking?
Well, the door to the Source is in a building filled with explosives and on a floor that cannot be reached. The only way to reach it is to take out the power to the 27 grids around it and take out the auxiliary power plant as well. Once they do that, they will have a total of 314 seconds to get into the floor and open the door to the Source.
And at the end, some girl's gonna be standing there with a sign saying, "Sorry, Mario, but your princess is in another castle. What are you writing here? A movie or a video game?" Because with a lot of stuff in here, I'm beginning to fear you don't know the difference anymore.
Well, you aren't the only one with fears. Neo can feel that this is the mission that he has been seeing in his dreams. A dream where it looks like Trinity dies. So he makes her promise that she will not go into the Matrix.
And she does?
Yep.
I promise you, if I can, I will.
So how long before stuff goes completely wrong and she has to go in anyway?
Just as soon as the power plant is destroyed. Then the entire other team is attacked by Sentinels in the real world and their ship blows up before they can dismantle the backup system.
And they can't warn Neo because
he goes through a back door of the system where he's unreachable just as they are about to call.
And yet, another problem that could have been avoided if there wasn't such horrible cell service. So, I assume Trinity now does all the cool stuff we saw at the beginning and succeeds in turning off, click, the power this time.
Yep, the Keymaker ends up dying actually because Smith showed up to try to stop Neo, but Neo still gets the key to go to the Source and opens the door.
And that's that. He's in the Source. The war is over. And everybody, happy ending. You know what's strange though? I thought you said this was so long you had to break it up into 2 films. But that's our ending. I mean, we're done. That's that. What? That is the end, right? I mean... Aw, you sick bastard!
So, Neo gets his Source and is greeted by the Architect, the program that built the Matrix. This is where he reveals the truth. The One and the prophecy is just another layer of control. They realized that they had to give the humans a choice, even if it was at a subconscious level. The problem, of course, being that letting people leave the Matrix, even a small minority, could be problematic in the future, so they had to create the One. A single human who would ultimately come to the Source only to be given the choice of starting the whole process over again, or doom his species to annihilation.
Are you even buying the shit you're peddling? Are you telling me the previous Neos actually did this? Just how many times did that happen?
I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the 6th version.
And you are going to tell me that Neo, this Neo, is going to do the same thing?
Actually, no. You see, the 5 predecessors were by design based on a similar predication, a contingent affirmation that was meant to create a profound attachment to the rest of the species, facilitating the function of the One.
Look, my tongue's messed up, my ears are just fine. Webster called and wants his dictionary back. Use real words!
Ugh, fine. In simple terms, Neo was supposed to care about people, but while the other 5 did so in a general sense, this Neo is the first one to fall in love.
Oh, so the other Neo story was completely more believable because you have to buy the bullshit that he was in love with Trinity! Damn, that sucks to be them because she's hot.
So the Architect reveals that Trinity is about to die, just as she did in his dream. So Neo has to make a choice.
There are 2 doors. The door to your right leads to the Source and the salvation of Zion. The door to your left leads back to the Matrix, to her and to the end of your species.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game show that the writer created for Neo, Death and Death. Neo, you can choose behind 2 doors. Door number 1, of course, will lead to your immediate demise. Door number 2, the same. Please choose. Whoa. That's what you've done in this movie. Is this really what you want to do?
Regardless, he does make his choice, and of course, he chooses Trinity.
Obviously, anybody would choose Trinity, but how exactly does he expect to save her?
By moving faster than he's ever moved before.
Sure, but just how fast could he possibly be moving?
Well, fast enough to have caused a giant cloud of debris and cars to be following behind him.
Ah, so like me running to the rib night at the Old Country Buffet fast. And let me tell you, that's quick. And he's going to make it in time, right? You know, like I always am when I'm late and all the other assholes get the really meaty ones.
Well, he makes it in time to catch her, yes, but not until after she gets shot.
Holy shit, he caught her.
What's with you killing the cool ladies? Again! And what are you gonna do? Have her die in his arms?
Well, no, he's going to take the bullet out of her body, and then when she still dies anyway after that, he's going to massage her heart until it starts beating again.
So you didn't kill her? What's with you? Pretending to kill the cool lady?
So, Neo tells them the truth, that the prophecy is just another level of control. Morpheus has a hard time dealing with this, but before they can discuss any further, the alarm goes off because...
It's a bomb. We have to get out of here. Now.
Okay, so it makes sense for them to leave the ship, but those Sentinels are very fast. They are not getting very far.
Well, that's true, but just as they begin to get close, Neo realizes that something isn't right.
I can feel them.
But they're not in the Matrix. His whole Jesus thing only works in the Matrix. What can he possibly do in the real world other than for call somebody who can actually, come do something about this?
Well, it turns out what he can do is hold out his hand forward and cause all the Sentinels to die before he collapses.
What? You rule-breaking, bald-headed, gothic mother... That is not even... You... What?
Well, before they can ponder on it, they get picked up by another ship. They find that Neo is in a coma, but they don't know why. Meanwhile, we're told that the commander's plan hit a small snag when somebody decided to use an EMP just before the Sentinels showed up.
When the machines broke through, it wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter.
What kind of dumbass would do that?
Well, they don't know, but they did find a single survivor. This is when we end the film, showing that laying across the table from Neo is Bane.
Who?
You know, Bane.
From Batman?
No! Oh, crap, I forgot to tell you. Oh, okay, so one of the other plot lines was that Agent Smith turned one of the humans, a man named Bane, into his clone. He then went back into Bane's body. So Bane is one of the Agent Smith clones.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, bud. It just doesn't have the same effect if you don't know ahead of time. Sorry.
Damn it. I really need to remember which of the unimportant plot lines is actually more important than the unimportant ones. Anyway, that's the end of Matrix Reloaded.
But you didn't finish it!
Well, of course I didn't finish it. I told you. I split it in two. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm still writing the last part. I need to get into the mindset of Agent Smith. Mr. Anderson.
My God, he gave the audience collective blue balls. If he wasn't so batshit insane to begin with, stuff like this might actually worry me.
I'm still finding candy in here.
You're welcome. So, my seventh wife. Meanwhile, wait, is that me?
Yours is just ouch.
Oh.
Your line was ouch.
That was my line.
That's your line.
Okay. Wow. We are zipping along here. No, wait. That's probably the wrong way. This is why I shouldn't drink root beer while we're doing script reading, you know?
Well, you aren't the only one who fears. Neo can feel that the mission is... Let's try that again.
And that's it. She's in the source. The war is over. Everybody is happy. Happy, starting over from the beginning. Because the line is, everybody has a happy ending. Not everybody is happy. The words are there. Can't blame the banana page writer. They're right there.
Of course I didn't finish it. I told you, I split it in two. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm still writing the last part. I need to get in the mindset of Agent Smith. Oh, crap. I gotta do it again because I couldn't clip it on.